Dr. Joe. I am a coach. I work with tech founders and tech CEOs to help them with a couple of things. Number one, to have an easier life, and number two, to have a really successful life in terms of what they do. So it's called designing your leadership team. So one of the biggest things I notice, and the people I work with notice, the founders and CEOs that I work with notice, and a big unlock for them is realizing they're a leader of leaders. They're no longer a manager or a subject matter expert. And when you put yourself in a position of being a leader of leaders, you start to look at your top team quite differently. You know, absolutely, minimum stakes is they know what they're doing. They're subject matter experts, and they're also probably pretty good managers, but are they leaders? And that's what's going to drive your next level of growth, is understanding and being able to unlock leadership in the team below you. Because often what you can see is you are the leader of the business, and you're probably spending a lot of your time pushing that business forward. And that takes a lot of energy from you. And it doesn't have to be like that. If you're hiring leaders and those leaders are working for you, business can feel a lot more effortless and success can feel a lot easier. So what I'm going to work with you is building a team of leaders versus a team of subject matter experts. And I'm going to offer some insights to be able to assess if you've got those kinds of people, if not, how to make changes. And then finally, really to design that leadership team that suits you and suits your growth and strategy objectives going forward. What makes Business of Software attendees different from other events that I've been to? I think what's interesting, I think in two ways. I think part of it is BoS itself, where there's not a big divide between the stage and the auditorium, really. There isn't that way. I think what's great about the attendees at BoS is they are pretty much always, I'm staggered about how much more experienced and knowledgeable that they are, you know, compared to the folks on the stage. And what I've witnessed and seen is that, you know, some of the biggest challenges that founders and CEOs face in running a SaaS business, you know, if you're sharing that over you know, a glass of beer in the bar, you can actually get some really strong insights from just that conversation versus the experts who maybe, you know, you see on the stage. Maybe they'll give you an answer, but they don't always necessarily have exactly the same experience of what you're needing. So I've seen so many challenges solved just over, you know, a glass of wine or a glass of beer in the bar. And I think that the value for that is really, really important. One of the things I encourage anybody who's attending BoS to do is to think about what's their one thing, what's the one thing they want to get out of it, what's the one thing that's either keeping them awake at night or that they're striving to do that they somehow can't do, and come armed with that. And just ask people, right? You know, this is keeping me awake at night. I'm really trying to do this, but for some reason I can't. And asking the attendees and asking everybody that you meet, maybe you'll get a few different answers, but almost certainly you'll get an answer that suits you from the attendees and from BoS itself. And I think it's about you putting the effort in to get what you want from it, as much as kind of sitting there and absorbing, you know, the wisdom that comes from the stage.